You gotta get higher than that. I gotta get higher than that. They might be too low to the ground, really, most of the time for some of these to hit. And you know what? Stop that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go back here. I wonder if you know, if you seen it, Tokyo. If you seen it, then you mean it, then you know you got to go. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, and I used to think that that was one of the first times I felt claustrophobic when we did our underwater training, and I had never breathed on a respirator before like that, and it was awkward, especially when they would invert us, like we would have to do it upside down in the water also. And yeah, I did not expect to have to work that hard to breathe. And so, yeah, that's pretty interesting. You would almost think after time that you would, and I'm sure you probably do get stronger, but I'm sure there's a point that after a while you work it so hard that, yeah, it just starts being tired. And when you're done, man, that's crazy. Evil Trickster is an underwater welder. So he deals with some of that stuff too. That always just, underwater to me is almost scarier than like being out in space. Drowning is terrifying. But then, yeah, after that training, I had a lot more respect. Like, you know, watching scuba, or you see scuba, and it, not that it looks easy, but it looks so relaxing and so serene or whatnot. And it really is kind of a lot of work. It takes a lot of training too, just to be able to go down a few feet. That's really cool. Jealous. You really do get to see a lot of things that most people never will get to. Well, I wonder, yeah, that's interesting. Spleeze does his firefighter stuff too. I never thought of that. You would think with like the full face ones, but at the same time, I don't know what I was thinking when I saw FF. I saw respirator, and that's what popped in my head. With that stuff, it's the weight that I can't believe with you guys. Just not only are you breathing on those things, but then you're carrying all that flipping weight. Some of those tanks are huge. Then you got all your other equipment. Why is my radar off? And why does I have to hit it twice for it to come on? I'm gonna have to get a feel for this RWR too. I'm not quite sure when something's fired at me. Don't go after my teammate, which it just did. God damn it. Jesus, that was close. Too close. Oh, he's dead. Can't get the missiles I want. There we go. Cloud's gonna be in the damn way. God, look how fast those things are going. Well, this isn't working out very well so far. Damn it. Sweating, yeah, I bet. Guy, I can only imagine how much weight you guys lose on some of those. What's up, Savage? Ooh, Rob, brother, thank you for the lurk. If you're having a good week, dude. Well, damn, I'm going to have to switch back over to the MiG-23 for a little bit just to get some points. I'm going to end up having to do another one of these matches. And still without a MiG-29 if I don't start getting my shite together here. Oh my gosh, Sky Shark. Was that while I was stepped away? I'm so sorry. Thank you for the... That's huge, man. Thank you for the follow if you're still here. And what's up, Huggies? I didn't realize you had followed, man. Chatting with you. How did I flip and miss that? Hope my alerts aren't not working. Yeah, they do. The ones when I worked downtown for Chase when I first got home, there was a fire station right there, and we had a, I think it was a, it's like a 5-story parking garage, and it was, like I said, right next to their station, and oh God, in this Arizona heat, they would wait till like the middle of the day when it was as hot as it could possibly be, and there they were, full gear, running up and down that stairwell, and I would just be like, pfft. And this is just after coming home from the Marines, like, screw that. No way. It's too hot. No way. We would wear a lot of gear with our flak jackets and, you know, carrying our rifles and having our helmets on, but not usually with our faces covered. And it would get pretty hot to where, yeah, we'd be losing some weight, but it was not consistent like that. Where like that was our loadout every time. Sometimes it was heavy, sometimes it wasn't so bad. You know, for you guys, it's just that's just what it is. But yeah, inspires you guys to stay in good shape. That's why the ladies love you guys so much. That's cool. Climbing a window, swiftly checking a room, is having a drag victim to the window. Get it? Wow. And those the fake, I don't know what the word to use. I guess they're mannequins basically, but they are almost harder to work with than a real body, right? They're so heavy. The arms are like always flopping around, and then the leg, they're just so awkward to work with. I always hated that when we would have to work with a victim. Like, oh man, because they're heavy. They weigh like 200 pounds. I mean, they weigh a person, 150 pounds. And they just always were awkwardly pulling, and the way they do the joints, they'd get like stuck in the ground or something. It's just like, this is way harder than a real person. Huggies, I hope you're doing good, man. So I have an interesting question for you too. And I would say that we'll just go ahead and test it, but financially it might be a little bit of a commitment. So we heard from the RAM guy yesterday, and I assume it's a 32 gig kit coming. I'm going to go ahead and also assume that it's 6000 CL30. So I had lined up another kit just in case, because if I didn't hear from him, you know, yesterday, we were going to have to make something happen. So I have a 32 gig kit lined up, but it's 6400 megahertz and it's 36 CL36 3648. So which one would actually run faster? Which one would we actually see better performance in with my particular chip? I know that the 6030 is going to be the most stable, period. But I wonder with doing the sim stuff if I'm not going to get possibly way better overall performance, even though those CLs are kind of low, the 36. I feel like it might be the better way to go. Maybe I'll just sell the Patriot kit. I mean, I don't know. I would feel bad doing that, but it is what it is. I think it would be like, I think 350 for that other one. And I might be able to get some more help on that. And of course, if I sell the Patriot kit, it would break even. If I was money bags, I'd go ahead and get it anyway and just do it for testing. I also had a 16 gig laptop SODIMM 5 gig that I was going to get and just get an adapter if I had to. That was only going to be like $100. I don't know if I can ditch that. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, come on. So just having the bandwidth, well, and the only reason I'm really curious, particularly with that one, is because the such a big discrepancy, the 36 and then 48, and then it goes up to 104. It was just an odd timing that I hadn't seen very much. And then with the X3D chip, not having much experience with that and knowing, that's exactly what I was wondering. So, well, we'll wait and see when the other one comes. And honestly, if things work out, ultimately I would like to get both and test them and then just sell the other one later. Again, it's too bad. Too bad we can't combine the two efficiently. 64 would be sweet. But especially because one would be Patriot and one would be Corsair. So then we'd be mixing that way also. That I've never done. Negligible, yeah. It was and it's the lows and that I need to look into more. I'm still doing my research when it comes to all the different highs and lows. I never got that into the weeds with it on my last build. All that stuff was still... That just wasn't part of the problem back then. It's just funny. With the prices going up, you really have to nitpick. It's funny, man, how that has forced people to dig that deep just to be like, okay, where's every dollar going when I'm buying this stuff? You know, I need to know what every dollar is paying for, every clock difference, and it's true. Shit is expensive. But did you see all this? How true is all this that these deals are falling through, and now this company is actually not going to be buying up this RAM? Is all that true? I saw that right at the end, and I haven't got a chance to go back and see if anything new has come out. But from what I saw, it looked like this company that had markers on that 40%, it sounds like it all fell through. And now these companies are going to be left with this stock that they thought was sold, and now they're going to have to sell. I wonder. I still don't think that's going to make prices come down all that. I mean, we might see them dip a little bit, but